Kentucky Baptists are working towards having more input on political issues in the state.
And 8 of the top Republican presidential candidates prepare for another debate. Bill Bryant has the details in the bottom line.
Good evening. Kentucky Baptists have hired a Frankfort lobbyist and say they will be working to have more input on political issues that have moral and ethical implications at the Capitol. Tom Troth is a lawyer and a pastor who will now be the Baptist advocate with lawmakers. They're also launching a news service called Kentucky Today. Governor-elect Matt Bevin named a key player in his incoming administration today. Bevin announced he has chosen M. Stephen Pitt to serve as general counsel in the office of governor. A native of Logan County, Pitt brings 44 years of legal experience to the position. He has worked at the well-known law firm Wyatt, Tarrant & Combs for 38 years. Pitt also represented former Governor Ernie Fletcher during the hiring investigation of his administration. 8 of the top Republican presidential candidates getting ready for a debate tonight in Milwaukee. It is the first time the candidates will be back together since last month when they met for a CNBC forum that led to the candidates and the Republican National Chairman criticizing the network and its moderators. The Fox Business Channel Wall Street Journal debate will air this evening. The Democrats will debate Saturday night. That will be on CBS. It's getting busy in Frankfort ahead of the legislative session that starts in early January. Among the latest bills pre-filed, one would require high school students to complete instruction in financial literacy before graduation. There's also a resolution calling for increased school bus safety. And there's a bill that would limit access to autopsy photos and some recordings used in investigations. CN2 reporting there's some talk among Frankfort Republicans of shifting some money from health care commitments to underfunded state pensions. The weeks ahead will be interesting. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
For most high school students, their cell phones never leave their side, even when they're driving.
Unfortunately, and today, driving-age students at Tates Creek High School took part in a distracted driving simulation through the Office of Highway Safety. The task, send a text message while driving 70 miles per hour.
They get behind the wheel and they think it's not going to happen to me. You know, I can multitask. I can read a text and send a text, and it doesn't quite work that way.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, drivers texting while behind the wheel are 23 times more likely to crash than a driver who is not distracted.
They know that they're not alone in it, and, you know, not being alone helps a whole lot.
As hundreds of people make their way to Richmond to say goodbye to a fallen police officer, people across the region are showing their support for his family.
Funeral arrangements are now set for a Jessamine County paramedic killed in the line of duty. How his community is paying tribute to him.
Fire season is here, and Lexington firefighters making sure homeowners are prepared. How you can get a free smoke detector installed by firefighters, coming up.
This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening to you. A central Kentucky community is preparing to say goodbye to a police officer who spent years serving them.
Visitation for Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis started at 2 this afternoon, and people have been stopping by all afternoon by the hundreds. Officer Ellis died last week, days after being shot during an attempted robbery investigation. And this is a live look outside of Alumni Coliseum on Eastern Kentucky University's campus, where the visitation is being held. Officer Ellis's funeral will be held tomorrow morning at 11 at this same Coliseum. And the service will air on WKYT.com for people who cannot make that service. After Officer Ellis's funeral tomorrow, thousands of people will make their way to Adair County for his burial. The processional for Officer Ellis will travel 100 miles.
And many people in the cities along the processional route are planning on lining the streets to show their respect. The processional is expected to travel through Pulaski County tomorrow afternoon, and the county knows what it's like to lose a law officer. Pulaski County Sheriff Sam Catron was killed in 2002. Our Phil Pendleton talked to Catron's brother, who says what the Ellis family will see tomorrow is a part of the healing process. Phil begins our top story team coverage.
Kentucky 80 in Pulaski County will be one of the routes filled with a lot of police cruisers, blue lights, and a grieving family on Wednesday. Lewis Catron knows all too well what that's like.
They know that they're not alone in it, and you know, not being alone helps a whole lot.
Catherine's father was killed, then his brother, who was Pulaski County Sheriff in April 2002.
Feeling there where the public is backing you and backing the law enforcement and the families.
Funeral organizers expect the processional to come through Somerset between 2 and 3 o'clock. We are told that it is expected to be very long and traffic will be moving at slower than normal speeds. Along this route, a lot of people are coming out to show their support, and Somerset police are encouraging people in Pulaski County to do the same.
Oh, they will be out to show their support as he comes through town. There's not a doubt in my mind. This is a good community.
He says the community felt it in 2002, and he believes this will be the first police processional to come through town since then.
Wish didn't have to happen, but it does happen. But at the same token, when the show of support is out there and honor a man that has given it all for his job or for the community, the state, it means a lot.
In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Before tomorrow's processional, some people are taking time tonight to honor Officer Ellis. The EKU Student Government Association is hosting a candlelight vigil. It just started a few minutes ago at the EKU Ravine. Our Monique Blair continues our top story team coverage live from the Ravine. And Monique, you talked to the student body president. Why did she organize this vigil?
Well, Amber, you can see this candlelight vigil is getting started right now behind me, and there are about 50 students out here right now. Now, Officer Daniel Ellis graduated from EKU in 2005, and he was an active member of the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity here. The Student Government Association is hosting this vigil as a way for students to come forward and honor Daniel Ellis, but also as an outlet for anyone who wants to talk about their grief over the loss of the 33-year-old Richmond police officer. The visitation for Daniel Ellis is happening right now on the other side of campus, but student body president Katie Scott told me this is just one more way for the Ellis family to know that the entire student body is here to show their support.
I got to sit in on a lot of the meetings for how EKU was going to help the Ellis family through this really difficult time. And being the only student in the room, I only felt it right that the students also contribute something to honoring the memory of an officer here from our community.
Now, we've been out here on campus for several hours, and I can tell you, aside from this vigil, there are several tributes across campus to Officer Ellis, from blue lights to window decals with his name and badge number on them. So again, just a very visual representation out here of how this college community is coming together during this tragedy. Reporting live in Richmond, Monique Blair, WKYT.
And that is certainly great to see, Monique. Thank you. Due to the expected number of people attending Officer Ellis's funeral tomorrow, EKU canceled classes starting at 4:45 today, and they'll resume tomorrow at 4:30.
New tonight, funeral arrangements for a Jessamine County paramedic killed in the line of duty have now been set. John Mackey died yesterday morning at UK Hospital, days after he was hit by a car in Nicholasville. A visitation for John Mackey will be from noon to 9 p.m. on Thursday at Bethel Harvest Church. His funeral will be Friday starting at 2 in the afternoon, also at Bethel Harvest Church. And the community paying tribute to Mackey this week by installing green light bulbs. Coming up on WKYT News at 6, we'll show you other ways the community is honoring the paramedic. You can see John Mackey's full obituary on our website, WKYT.com. We'll also post fundraiser information there when it becomes available.
A man admits he hit a teenager with his van while under the influence. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Laurel County. Today, Terry Mullins pled guilty to assault and DUI. Police say Mullins ran into R.J. Warren on US 25 in September of last year and then drove off. Deputies found Warren in a ditch and Mullins asleep in his damaged van. Warren had serious injuries but survived. The Times-Tribune reports the Commonwealth's attorney recommended 10 years in prison. Mullins will be sentenced on November 23rd. In Estill County, a truck driver is recovering tonight after the Pepsi truck he was driving went over an embankment. The crash happened on Kentucky 89 near the Estill-Clark County line around 8 this morning. State police say the driver came around a sharp curve, ran off the road, and flipped into a line of trees. The driver was flown to UK Hospital. Investigators say they're still trying to figure out why the Pepsi truck driver crashed.
You probably saw the sun come out this afternoon. Hopefully you enjoyed that sight. And we're tracking a cold front moving into the bluegrass. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early check of the November forecast.
Yeah, we're looking at that big front, Sam, arriving tomorrow night. So all isn't lost in that forecast. Most of your daylight on Wednesday looks to be pretty darn good as of now. Speaking of pretty darn good, that sunset just a little bit ago across the entire area, sparkling out there. 50 into Jackson, low 50s, Corbin, Frankfort, and the Lexington area. Everybody with some late afternoon sunshine except northeastern Kentucky. Defender Radar Network, how about we call it the Cloud Network? That's what it's tracking as of now, with temperatures only into the upper 40s across northeastern Kentucky. Weather headlines watching Wednesday night. Thunderstorms, at least a broken band of some thunderstorms zipping on through the area with gusty winds, and then a colder weekend ahead. The big storm system you see out across parts of the Rocky Mountains by this time tomorrow is heading toward the western Great Lakes. That'll drag that cold front across the bluegrass state, and that will give us the threat for some thunderstorms and some very gusty winds. Now, when I come back here in just a matter of a few minutes, guys, we will time that cold front into town and show you just how gusty those winds may get. That's in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. And with the drop in temperatures like he's talking about, the risk of house fires goes up. And the Lexington Fire Department wants to make sure that people are safe this fire season.
So firefighters are helping people install smoke detectors for free. Rebecca Smith caught up with one homeowner who took advantage of the free program today.
Greg Thomas doesn't want a chance not having a working smoke detector. That's why members of the Lexington Fire Department were in his home Tuesday installing one for him.
This is wintertime. You hear about the kerosene heaters, which I do have one of those. I don't use it unless my heat goes out. But the kerosene heaters can be dangerous.
Some just need batteries replaced, but others need to be replaced completely.
So the signature mark that you need to completely replace your smoke detector is when you look on the back, look at the date that it was manufactured, and if it happens to be over 10 years old, then that's when you know you need to have the thing completely replaced.
These detectors being given away have a value of $35 and are free to anyone in Fayette County thanks to a donation from the Red Cross.
If it's free, it's for me.
The only rule, you have to let the firefighters come out and install it for you.
These alarms that we're putting in, they're you can see some up here. We'll show you. They're 10-year sealed. They're low maintenance. All you got to do is test them once a month. Once we put them up, they're ready to go, and they should last 10 years.
The fire department's already installed more than 1,000 smoke detectors since the summer. In Lexington, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
The smoke detectors are battery operated, not wired. If you want firefighters to come install a detector, just call the department. You can find their number on our website at WKYT.com.
As we've shown you, hundreds of law enforcement members are in Richmond today and tomorrow for the visitation and the funeral for Officer Daniel Ellis. And then later this week, a similar show of support will happen in Nicholasville for paramedic John Mackey. Ray of Lexington has our good question tonight. He's asking who pays for all the police officers and firefighters' expenses to take off for the funeral for the police officer and the paramedic. Do all the police officers and firefighters pay their own expenses, or do taxes pay for this? For an answer, I reached out to the spokeswoman for the Lexington Police Department, Sergeant Ann Welch, and she says that since the agency encourages officers to attend these funerals to support the officer, the family, and the agency, the fuel costs associated with travel is covered within their fuel budget. Many of the officers attending are involved in working the funeral services, such as honor guard and traffic control posts. And when the chief approves travel to funerals, there is a requirement for those attending to carpool. And most officers will not drive to the graveside unless they have a personal connection to the slain officer or they're working the graveside service.